Happy Homebrew Weekend, again, and again, and again, and again. Please excuse my minging table. It's been sitting outside for quite some time. It's okay, except for, some of the edges. I'm going to replace the timber and do all of that. I got me some paper. Still no homebrew, so I'm working on cleaning out the garage brew shed, so I can, one, get to my homebrew, and two, start fermenting some delicious wort again, and putting more of that delicious wort into kegs, ready for drinking. I've been getting busy again, not busy again, but like getting brewing busy again. We've got in February some real wheat-based beers that are going to need to be brewed and judged, and so I've organised some recipes and I've got some grain today. So before I keep talking, because I keep looking down at this lovely Sierra Nevada, I need to have some yum. It even pours nicely, doesn't it? Look at that. I was speaking to John from SA Brewing Supplies today, just about one of my recipes in particular, and he kind of actually mentioned the Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and kind of said it's kind of similar to a wheatish beer with them. So half and half. It can't be half Pilsner, half wheat, with some crystal though to give it that colour and caramel, some American hops and some real clean yeast. So that's going to be one of the recipes I talk about today. But before I do that, I got married. On Friday, the 1st of November. It's currently Tuesday, the 5th of November, 12:30 in the afternoon. I've had a busy morning. About to grab a beer, do some work in the garage, and I thought I'd better say hello again and just provide a little bit of an update on what we're doing and how we're going. So cheers. Does that work? I'm going to have to really have a careful watch of this. Yeah. Oh, the problem having beer, in particular, this delicious beer, at a lunchtime is I get very little work done for the remainder of the day. Anyway, just over my shoulder, I've got some of the podcast stuff printed and put up on the walls. I'm really proud of that. Look, it isn't the best podcast, but it's good enough. It's an Australian beer podcast that works. Australian beer, homebrewing, and craft beer in particular podcast. So, yeah. Now, what I was going to talk about, I'm married, which is amazing. Poor Georgia, she had to wait so long. I've been with her for 8 years, and now we've been married for about 4 days. So going super well. Well, hopefully we last another 4 days at least. So, the homebrew competition and the beers that I'll be brewing. So I've got 3 on my list right now that I want to do. It's an American wheat, a Weiss beer, and a Dunkelweiss. And now I've got the grain bills for the American wheat and the Dunkelweiss. And the American wheat's going to be 20 litres, the Dunkelweiss is going to be 10. I've also got my brew in a bag ready for the pot, and I've got all my tri-clamps. So that is ready to go. I want to get that at least 1 brew done by the end of the week, and hopefully 2, because the Dunkelweiss I can ferment without the need for temperature control, essentially. whereas my American wheat, I'm going to need the fermentation fridge for. So, yeah, I can essentially brew both of those at once. And the other thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if I feel really like choppy, like all over the place. That's just kind of how I am a little bit though as well. I've got a lot of little projects on and nothing's finished. Everything's like halfway done. I've lost all of that mead, by the way. The blueberry mead in bottles, all gone. The rest of them just all hit the ceiling. We found out what the problem was. It was that I didn't put potassium metabisulfite and potassium sorbate in. I only used metabisulfite. Lesson learned for next time. However, that's all these lovely pieces of paper right here. I got my results back from the AABC and I was super concerned that I'd set them bottle bombs. And that wasn't the case. In fact, they loved the mead. And I scored a 39 out of 50. A 39 is an amazing score. So they really love the mead, and that's made me kind of a little bit sad because we have no more left. That's a lie. I have 10 litres of it in fermenters still, like in glass demijohns, which we're going to age for 1 year and 2 years respectively, each 5 year. Or I could just let them go for a couple of years and see how that goes. I haven't decided, but they're sitting there aging anyway. We've got more. But I got 39. So I thought I'd just quickly run through the score sheet so you know, I got to try it. You won't. Well, you might get to try some of the, you know, the 2 year or 1 year aged. But yeah, I thought I'd just go through. So it ended up being judged as a berry mead, which is in the category M2C. I don't know too much about the mead like categories and subcategories, but that's what it is anyway. So in that subcategory, wow, this is hard. Did it just get dark in here, or is that just me? I'll read some of the tasting notes that we've got. So on the aroma, we have a good level of honey, no noticeable alcohol, really clean ferment. There was lots of notes about clean ferment, which is really good. I'm very happy about that. Good fruit on the complexity, but not as much honey. And the berry almost completely dominates, which I kind of knew because there was a lot of blueberries on there. We had 2 kilos on about 30 litres. So yeah, and because of the way I controlled the ferment early, I wouldn't have thought we would have had too much honey aroma. The honey's really clean as well and crisp, so you don't get those lovely, you know, aromas that you might get. And I think it's Manuka, it's the one that's stuck in my head, that has these like really noticeable aromas. Appearance was purple, but the flavour, honey is in the background, medium sweetness, blueberry skin tannins, no noticeable alcohol, slightly carbonated, so they must have kept it nice and refrigerated the whole time for me, which is fantastic. Medium body, and the aftertaste lingers but not cloying. All right, so that's the notes, and the overall we got was a very nice mead, good blueberry flavour. Honey variety could make it stand out more. Sweet, acid, tannin balance, very good. So there you have it. That's my blueberry mead, and I can't wait to let it sit for, you know, a year or two and taste it again then. But yeah, it's a shame. It's just I'm laughing because there's just so much of that is on the floor of my garage and on the ceiling and on the walls. So you get that on the big jobs. So what's next? I guess. Well, this week I'm hoping to brew twice. I'm hoping to check my kegs, see what I've got left. So the Fresh Wort Kit IPA should be gone. The all grain ESB should be gone, but there should essentially be a full keg of the Kits and Bits ESB. So maybe we have to do a tasting of that and start getting getting that out of the way. I'm gonna need probably a keg. Yeah, so the 5 litre ESB keg, no dramas. I'll clean that out, and that can be used for my Dunkelweiss. So I'll do half in the keg and half in bottles. And the 20 litre can be for my American wheat, and I'll take a couple bottles off that, but use mainly that for there. So that's what we got going on. I've still got to connect my beer line to my taps. They're all connected, but the beer lines are not, so I'm still pouring off of a Pluto gun. But yeah, it's a bit of a download, isn't it? Hopefully the camera's working. I hope you're having a lovely day. Hope you're having a lovely week. So happy to have finally got married to lovely Georgia. The kids had a lovely day. We had a lovely day. Hope you're brewing something fantastic. I hope you're drinking fantastic beer. And I can't wait to see you on the next one. Hopefully I'll have some beer in the fermenters. See you next time.